We've found through many, many years, and we're not the first to find this, that the arts do help in every way for children to enjoy their day and to really focus.
ArtsConnection is a dedicated arts and education organization. For the past 26 years, we've been developing high-quality, in-depth arts programming and training for tens of thousands of students, teachers, and families annually in the New York City public schools.
The big value of the ArtsConnection program is that it's not about talking about the arts, it's about doing the arts.
Arts education is essential to any child's growth, the way math or reading or social studies may be.
I think some of the most important things that kids need is the kinesthetic experience. With little kids, they need to be able to move and touch things and experience things.
Certainly we know when there's more arts, there are higher scores in standardized tests. This has been shown in many studies, SATs and others, and it's correlational.
Since ArtsConnection has come into the building, the scores have consistently gone up every single year.
Schools, a lot of the time, about here's this important information that you have to know, and you don't know it yet, so you need to listen to what the other people say about it. And that can exclude a lot of personal experience and personal expression.
Let's just talk about expression for a second. It was most obviously evident through storytelling and also through dance, through puppetry. We found lots of evidence of them using their voices, facial and body expression, bringing stories to life, conveying emotion through gesture, movement, and voice.
I try to get them engaged in storytelling.
Let's see, who are the characters in your story?
I take them through the process of learning how to tell a story and thinking about all the different ways that they could tell a story.
I think it will help us in our reading because you'll give yourself more imagination, like a little picture in your head.
I think the arts are important to me because they help me express myself more. And also, when I was in 3rd grade and I had Miss Maxwell, she helped me articulate more with my speaking and not be too vague.
Many teachers spoke to us about seeing other sides of children that they would not have seen except for the arts. Children took an important step based on courage, persistence, and discipline to show those abilities.
It encourages their self-esteem. It encourages how to work with one another. It helps them to focus where there's distraction around them, and I think which allows them to do the same thing when they're sitting at a desk taking an exam.
I learned to focus because at first when I was in 3rd grade with my teacher, Miss Leong, I never really listened to what she was saying. I just looked down at my desk and just wondered about things. But I learned to focus because if I don't focus on to what I'm playing, then I'm gonna mess up the whole score.
We learned so much musical language, duet and trio. So when we started our geometry unit, which was way after we did the jazz unit, the kids knew quartet, quadrangle, that's a 4-sided figure, because they knew all those words already. So they made those connections, which is exactly what you want learners to do, make the connections through different parts of the day.
They find enormous focus and a way of communicating which they may not have. A shy child can communicate through all kinds of ways. In this system, as you know, there are many languages spoken, and this is another way where kids can communicate through their art, through perhaps even mime, theater, storytelling, through making a picture and showing it, make their parents proud, make their teachers proud, and communicate with one another.
My big thing is collaboration. I like the students to learn to collaborate. I think it's a life skill, and I think that the programs that I work in here allow me to really push collaboration as not only a way of making art, but a way of being in the world.
Children worked longer and harder at artistic projects. They tended to care more. I don't mean they didn't care about the other work, don't get me wrong. They certainly did. But I think that they tended to care more about arts projects when they were expressing themselves as something of meaning to them.
Passion is important to a human being. I mean, the whole notion of being able to go inside and find something that you're genuinely interested in, that you love, and that's precious to you. That's probably the most therapeutic and the healthiest thing a person can have.
Professional artists bring a tremendous energy into the classroom, and children respond to that energy. Also, this is something that children can do well.
Let's see what's next, and then face the audience, shall we, with a big smile.
Shall we?
Good.
It's incredibly inspiring. That's why I do what I do, to get those moments where kids, you can see the light go on and you can see that they are so confident and so proud of themselves. Once that happens, you know that there's nothing that they can't do.
I've never seen a school that has used the arts correctly that hasn't succeeded.
We're not just about teaching reading and writing, we're about teaching the whole child. And it's important to let children experience everything about life.
I think there should be an ArtsConnection. It helps children not be shy. It helps children break out of the shell so they could do more things in life.
If you don't have the funding, write a grant and get it. If you're on the fence, get off the fence and decide to run with it, because it is one of the best things that we have in this building. And I would never not have ArtsConnection here.
I think every kid deserves a chance to experience something like this.